morning, Rookie Wranglers. I'm lukeambrose, and welcome to an Indigo Park Theory. So I assume you clicked on this video because you enjoyed Indigo Park just as much as I did. But if you have no clue what Indigo Park is, then I have no idea why you clicked on this video, but welcome anyways. But since you don't know, let me give you an overview of what Indigo Park is. So, in Indigo Park, you play as a young boy named Ed. He wants to explore the old abandoned Indigo Park for a sense of nostalgia because he used to go there as a kid. Once you enter the park, you are met with the park's guide, Rambley the raccoon. He guides you through the park and tells you what to do. Wow, that sounds like a very familiar concept of the mimic and Ollie. But as you're doing everything he asks, you are being stalked by who he considers his best friend, Mollie. Overall, he is trying to make sure you have a fun time, but he realizes that we are more scared rather than having fun. So he wants us to help him repair the park and bring it back to life. He wants to make sure this is a place where fantasy and fun come to life. Okay, now that I gave you a pretty short overview and a lot of cringy jokes, it's time to become a Royal Wrangler and mention Indigo Park's big twist. So, if you had the brain capacity to read not just the thumbnail but the title too, then you should know that Rambley is not your friend. Now, you may already have been suspicious of Rambley since he first appeared on screen, or maybe you've just been completely blinded by his cuteness. Let's be honest, I know a lot of you out there are calling him your little cuddle buddy. Come on, we get it, he's adorable. To the rare percentage of you that are probably confused how I came up with this conclusion, well, there's a few things that I can mention with concrete evidence. First of all, I'm gonna show you this clip I bet barely any of you have seen. Or maybe all of you have seen it. I have no clue if you have or not. Just watch the fucking clip. Basically, as you just heard, Mollie tells us everything. Mollie says she needs help, but she doesn't want help from Rambley because she says that Rambley hurts Lloyd and kills. But as a matter of fact, we have already seen both of these things already just in the first chapter. For example, when we are trying to leave the theater, Lloyd grabs us and then puts his paw up ready to attack. But once he does this, a ringing noise starts to play out of our critter cough. I believe this ringing noise was installed specifically by Rambley just to hurt Lloyd. And later in the game, during the Mollie chase, when we meet Rambley again, he mentions the room we enter is staff only, but allows us in anyways. But when we enter the room in turn, we can see Mollie still far behind. Rambley had plenty of time to close the door before Mollie entered. And you would think he would close the door earlier because Mollie is his best friend. He clearly wouldn't want to hurt her, right? But as shown here, I was pretty wrong. He kills her using the door, good old Poppy Playtime style. So my question is are they even best friends, or is he just forcing her to be his friend? I don't know at this point. But, anyways, even after her death, Rambley doesn't even acknowledge that she died. He was more concerned about getting the park back up and running.
Welcome to the Rambley's Wranglers registered room. Here we have plenty of amenities and... Okay. I can see in your facial tracking that you're scared, angry, upset. Park has been inactive for years. Employees stopped showing up, guests too. The mascots are... But I was confined to the entrance for so long, I didn't realize just how much disrepair the park has fallen into.
At first, you just may think I'm reaching or pulling shit out my ass, but I can assure you, I am not doing that because my hand would get pretty dirty afterwards. Or you may think I'm crazy because I'm getting all this just from an animatronic bird. But I can assure you, this animatronic bird is very important. This animatronic bird is based on the real Mollie Macaw. And in case you didn't know, macaws are very intelligent and repeat what people say. So this animatronic is made to repeat words that were said, because I can 100% tell you that those words were not programmed into her. And if they were, I am very concerned on who designed this robot. Get them help, ASAP. But I also know exactly who could have said Rambley kills and Rambley hurts Lloyd in order for Mollie to repeat those words. Because someone would have to say it. And I can tell you who that person is. That person is, drumroll please, Salem! Yes, the character that absolutely no one knows anything about. Now, you can call me crazy all you want, but I believe Salem is the key to solving the story of Indigo Park. Salem's first appearances in the game is when we play the arcade machine in Jetstream Junction. Salem says something very interesting in this minigame. And this first piece of dialogue right here. Salem is saying that enough of this friendship garbage, but we gotta remember, this was an arcade game made by the park. the park has its own story with their characters, and they use Salem as their main villain. Anyway, so I don't think this arcade game storytelling is accurate to the actual story, but I definitely think the developers are giving us a hint here. So I think Salem actually means something different when she says enough of this friendship garbage. I think this is Salem confronting Rambley about how he puts on a fake mask to act all happy and caring, but in reality, he is just abusive and jealous. Also, right here in this line, Salem also says, I wonder what she really thinks of you now. Now this line, I think Salem actually means it. It would make sense in response to the other mascots finding out about Rambley being so cruel to Lloyd. Also, in this minigame, we see Salem use a potion to make Mollie aggressive towards Rambley. But I just think this potion is meant to represent Salem opening Mollie's eyes to Rambley's actions. I do not think Salem used an actual potion to make Mollie aggressive, because that would just make this sci-fi! And we don't want to make sci-fi, because it would copy this and this. But we're original around here, so it's not sci-fi! I can't forget to mention, we only hear the Mollie animatronics say this dialogue in Salem's showroom. And yes, if you didn't already know the broken down set, it is Salem's. This can be proven by the scenery and cardboard cutout on the floor. If I had to guess, the park originally used animatronics and started to replace them for mascots around this time. And that's why we see a Mollie animatronic in the rubble. And we can also assume that this was around the time when Salem was telling someone about Rambley's cruelties, most likely Mollie. Okay, I probably should have addressed this earlier, but now it is important for us to know exactly what Rambley is. Now, we know already Rambley is Indigo Park's tour guide, but he is more than just that. He is 100% artificial intelligence, because some of his responses do not seem 100% park appropriate. Take these lines as an example.
Hey buddy, did you dig that out of the lost and found? Or was it in the trash? No surprise to guess that our park would dispose of a non-Indigo brand toy. I suppose he'd make playtime special for a child with poor taste though. Aw, come on, they didn't even document the Indigo inventory ID for the costume. I was really looking forward to that. What a useless recording. Deleted. Ew, Lloyd.
These do not seem like computer responses. He is clearly very aware of everything, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. And maybe while you're down there, you can click the subscribe button. Now, I'm sure this question has been pondering in the back of your mind, but now that I've already showed you how Rambley kills Mollie and how he hurts Lloyd, but the question now is, why does he hurt Lloyd? Now, this actually isn't that complicated of an answer. I actually think it's simply just jealousy. I think Rambley installed that ringing sound in the critter cuff, so each time Lloyd performs on stage, he sets the cuff off to play the sound, and then Lloyd would fail his act, so people would start giving him attention. Because I think Rambley just wants the attention. He wants all eyes on him. So that's probably why he's so jealous of Lloyd, because he was probably the most second populous character in the thing. That was not English, but it works. Okay, now that we know if Salem is the one that opened everyone's eyes to Rambley's cruelty, then why are Mollie and Lloyd attacking us? Well, this is also an easy answer. It's simply just because we are associated with Rambley. As you know, Mollie stalked us throughout the entire game, so she knows Rambley's talking to us. She knows we have communication with him, so that gives her a reason to attack. But then why is Lloyd attacking us? Well, that's also an easy answer. Lloyd is a lion. Lions are known to protect their territory, but it could also be because he's scared and doesn't know what our intentions are, so he acted in self-defense. But also, I could be wrong, because it is just a theory after all. But anyways, well, this leads us to our conclusion, and that is Rambley is not to be trusted throughout the game. And one more thing I forgot to mention, and that in Rambley's song, he literally asks us, do we trust him?
Did I earn your trust?
And most of you said yes. I'm not stupid. I know you said yes. But anyways, don't be fooled by Rambley's cuteness. Be suspicious of Rambley, and keep an eye on that smiling critter, no pun intended. Now, but just remember, that's just a theory. An Ambrose theory. Thanks for watching. Okay, we can cue the outro now. Please? Like now? Okay, now!